Kamusta everyone? Welcome back to Kwentuhan Corner with Vanessa, and where we talked about films, books, and all the feelings that comes with them. And today, we will be talking about a film that I saw last night. And for 2.5 hours, I kept asking myself, wait, is this the plot of Cars? No, I think this is Cars 3. Side note, we're ignoring Car 2. That is not part of this discussion. So I kept on asking myself, is this car the plot of Cars? Or is this the plot of Cars 3? Not even kidding. So buckle up because we're diving into the brand new F1 movie starring Brad Pitt. Dun, 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 dun. That's Superman. Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, so okay, let's get this out of the way. I just realized I don't have a music in between, but we're just starting. So don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Anyway, so okay, let's get this out of the way. So all throughout this film, when I was watching it, I was flipping between Cars 1. No, Cars 3. At first I was like, is Brad Pitt the Lightning McQueen in retirement? Then I was like, no, wait. He's the Hudson Hornet. He's Doc Hudson. He's Doc Hudson. So, and then I thought, maybe this is Car 3. Brad Pitt is mentoring this rookie hotshot driver who needs a reality check. Or not. I was honestly waiting for Mater to show up in the pit lane, to be honest. And so, just in case you haven't seen the trailers or whatever, Brad Pitt plays Sonny Hayes, a veteran driver pulled out of retirement. He's brought in to help mentor a young media-obsessed driver named Joshua Pierce. And honestly, Pierce's arc is solid. Let me get that out of the way. Joshua Pierce, his arc in this film is solid. He goes from being all about hype and headlines, social media, partying and everything to actually appreciating the team and the hard work and the craft, all thanks to Brad Pitt's character. Is it predictable? A bit. Is it Cars? Still maybe. But did it work? Yes. And I'll tell you why. So let's talk about visuals. This movie is long, like 2.5 hours. And I swear, 30 minutes of that is just probably 30 to 40 minutes is just footage of cars zooming, swerving, some footage of people winning the F1 race, some footages from years back, and point of view shots from inside the driver's helmets. And you know what? At first I was like, okay, we get it. This is their point of view on when they drive these cars. But then I kind of appreciate and love it in the end. And there's something immersive. I think that's what I appreciate about it. The immersiveness of seeing the world through the driver's eyes, hearing the rumble, feeling the blur of the track, the silence right before the chaos. It worked. And there's this one shot I love, especially towards the end of the film, where the camera was focused on the face of the driver, so it's a close-up of the driver's face. Then the driving hand would cross through the frame, and when it goes back again, it's a different driver, it's a different face. First it will be Brad Pitt's face, and then the hand would go across the frame, and then the next bit will be that actor that played Joshua Pierce. So I was just like, good. I like that shot. So smooth, stylish, unexpectedly fun. And also, can we please give a standing ovation to Hans Zimmer? Because I saw his name, and so I was expecting like good music. And this is amazing. So when the music was kicking in, I was just like, oh, there you are. The music, the soundtrack, it elevated everything. The stakes, the emotion, the speed. It's giving June maybe, but make it racetrack. You get what I mean? Like, quality. Now, this might be controversial, but I kept asking myself, and I want to ask you audience, you listeners as well. Is Brad Pitt actually a good actor? Or he was just been acting all these years and he's been in really great films? Because I was just like, is Brad Pitt acting here or is he just being Brad Pitt? Like, has he ever played a character that's not just, he's just basically like a cool guy, unbothered, handsome, still got it. That's just how he does things. And I was so I saw this film last night, and earlier I was rewatching this Bullet Train, and the same thing. I was reminded of him in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Same vibe. Effortlessly chill, unbothered, tan, driving something fast. I know. And honestly, you know what? I'm not complaining. I'm just asking. Basically, the point of this discussion is just I want to ask. I'm just asking. And it's fine. I accepted it. It was enjoyable to watch. Not transformative, but dependable. And then the other bit was that a random romance subplot between Brad Pitt's character and the head of engineering. And for me, it was just like, why? That is so unnecessary. I mean, it felt forced. Like someone in the studio said, okay, now so someone need to kiss Brad Pitt. You kiss Brad Pitt. Something like that. And so they gave us one. The kiss happens. But then, spoiler, they didn't even end up together. Like Brad Pitt was telling this girl that usually I say see you down the road or something. But for you, will I see you down the road? Something like that. And I was just like, ugh. They could have just cut this romance, and then probably the story, the film will just be 2 hours long. Still long, but that romance for me, I find unnecessary. And it adds zero value to the story, personally. So I was just thinking, if this is a plot from Cars, let the cars kiss. I would appreciate that. Anyway, I'm getting off tangent here. We're moving on from Brad Pitt to Joshua Pierce's character. I didn't remember the name of the actor that acts Joshua Pierce. Let me Google that one. Damson Idris. So the guy that portrayed Joshua Pierce, which is Damson Idris, giving him credit and the character arc of his character, Joshua Pierce, like I said earlier, it was solid. He started off as all ego and media flash, but by the end, you could tell he changed. He appreciated his team, he followed Brad Pitt's example, he went running with his team, and in the final race, he makes this questionable but touching move. I don't know how to explain. I don't know how races goes, but it was just between him and Lewis Hamilton, and they were racing, and I think he was winning, but then he can't see Sonny Hayes, Brad Pitt's character, and he wants Sonny Hayes to win the competition, the race, or he wants Sonny Hayes to be there. So he did this maneuver that throws him and Lewis Hamilton car out of the racing line, and so Brad Pitt won the race. Finish line. Was it believable? Debatable. Was it a sweet gesture? Yes. Was it emotional? A little. Did it remind me of Lightning McQueen and Doc Hudson? Again, yes. I told you. Cars or Cars 3. So, yeah. Anyway, did I expect to enjoy this film? Honestly, no. This is not the kind of film that I would watch anyway, especially on the big screen. Like, I would rather watch 28 years later. That's the one that I was looking forward on seeing. 28 years later, or probably the live action adaptation of How to Train Your Dragon. That is something that I would watch. But this movie surprised me. It is sleek, dramatic, a little cheesy, a little Cars coded, but it works. Would I watch again? Probably not, like in full. Probably if it's on telly, someone's watching it, then probably I'll watch it, but not going out of my way to watch this film. But in that moment, in the cinema, I appreciated what it gave me. The visuals, the vibes, the Zimmer soundtrack, and the silly realization that Brad Pitt may have just remade Cars. So yeah, that's it for today's Kwento. Anyway, have you seen F1 film yet? Did you feel like it was Car 1.5 live action edition? Since we're doing some live action adaptation now anyway. We got the Lilo and Stitch. It's still in the cinema. We've got How to Train Your Dragon. It's been out as well. Might as well do Cars. But they just rename it into F1 movie. I don't know. I'm just, what do you call that? I'm just spitting. Anyway, DM me, tag me, or leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to follow Kwentuhan Corner on Spotify and YouTube for more cozy reviews, pop culture convos, and me just casually losing it over film plots. So once again, kamusta? And salamat. Thank you for watching and thank you for hanging out with me here in Kwentuhan Corner. And until our next kwento, bye-bye! Juk, juk, juk. Tuk tuk. I don't have soundtrack. I need to add soundtracks in this one. Not soundtrack, like end credit sounds. Anyway, bye bye.